A nautilus shell spirals into perfect proportion. Lightning branches across the sky in patterns it never has to think about. Planets orbit the sun in a dance choreographed by mathematics itself. And so do you. Your body follows the exact same blueprint. Not metaphorically, mathematically. Dr. Vic Naumov calls it the sacred blueprint. And once you understand it, you will never look at your own body the same way again. Welcome back to You Are the Medicine, the audiobook. Copyright 2025. All rights reserved. This is episode 2. If episode 1 shifted something in you, this one is going to go even deeper. Hit like, drop a comment, and let us know where you're tuning in from, and share this with someone who needs to hear it. Subscribe and turn on that notification bell, because this series is just getting started. Let's begin. Now, let's step into the sacred blueprint of your body. Dr. Naumov opens this chapter with a claim that sounds poetic, until you realize it isn't poetry at all. Your body, he writes, follows the same mathematical principles that create the spiral of a nautilus shell, the branching pattern of lightning, and the orbital dance of planets around the sun. This is not a metaphor. It is a measurable scientific fact, one that changes everything about how you should view your physical form and its capacity for health. The medical establishment, he argues, has taught you to see your body as a random collection of parts, held together by hope and luck, destined to break down in unpredictable ways that require constant surveillance and intervention. This view, he writes, is not just wrong, it is catastrophically destructive to your health and your ability to heal. End quote. Dr. Naumov. Every structure in your body, from the smallest cellular components to the largest organ systems, expresses the same geometric relationships found throughout nature's most efficient and resilient designs. Your bones grow according to precise mathematical ratios. Your organs develop following specific geometric patterns. Your nervous system organizes itself according to principles that govern all living systems. When these relationships are maintained, your body functions with remarkable efficiency and demonstrates extraordinary healing capacity. When these relationships become distorted, he says, dysfunction inevitably follows. Understanding this connection between geometry and function, Dr. Naumov explains, gives you tremendous power over your health, because it reveals that most health problems are not mysterious diseases that strike randomly, but predictable consequences of geometric distortions that can be identified, measured, and corrected. Your body is not failing when symptoms appear. Your body is adapting to structural compromises that prevent optimal function. This sacred blueprint, he writes, has been operating successfully for thousands of years, creating beings capable of incredible physical feats, remarkable healing responses, and lifespans that extend well beyond what modern medicine considers normal. It does not become obsolete with age, it does not wear out with use. It requires only that you understand and respect the geometric principles upon which it operates. You are the medicine, he writes, and your body's geometric design is the delivery system through which this medicine expresses itself most powerfully. End quote. Dr. Naumov. Modern medicine, Dr. Naumov argues, operates from a fundamental assumption that your body is essentially random in its construction, prone to arbitrary failures, and incapable of maintaining health without constant external intervention. He calls this random body theory. It forms the foundation of medical education, shapes every treatment protocol, and influences how millions of people think about their own physical capabilities. According to this theory, your genes randomly determine your health destiny. Your organs randomly develop problems as you age. Your immune system randomly attacks your own tissues for no apparent reason. Every aspect of this theory, he writes, is demonstrably false. Yet it continues to dominate healthcare because it serves the financial interests of industries that profit from your continued dependence on their products and services. Random body theory, he explains, teaches you to fear your own biological processes because they are supposedly unpredictable and uncontrollable. You learn to view symptoms as evidence of random malfunction rather than intelligent, adaptive response. You learn to suppress your body's healing reactions with medication rather than support them. You learn to believe your body cannot be trusted without medical supervision. This, he says, creates a state of learned helplessness, where you become completely dependent on external authorities to tell you whether your body is functioning properly and what to do when problems arise. You lose touch with your body's natural feedback systems. You stop trusting the intelligence that has been successfully maintaining life for millennia. You begin to see your body as an enemy that must be controlled rather than an ally that should be supported. Dr. Naumov argues, ignores overwhelming evidence that your body operates according to precise mathematical principles that can be measured, predicted, and optimized. Your heart does not beat randomly. It follows specific patterns that respond predictably to stress and activity. Your hormones do not fluctuate randomly. They follow precise cycles that coordinate with environmental changes and metabolic needs. Your immune system does not attack randomly. It responds to specific threats according to well-established protocols. When healthcare providers understand these patterns, he says, they can predict how your body will respond to different interventions and design treatments that work with your body's natural processes rather than against them. The most destructive aspect of random body theory, Dr. Naumov writes, is how it affects your relationship with your own body. When you believe your body operates randomly, you cannot develop confidence in its ability to heal. You cannot learn to recognize the early warning signs that your body's systems are becoming compromised because you've been taught those signs are meaningless until they reach the level of diagnosable disease. This learned helplessness, he explains, keeps you trapped in a reactive approach to health, waiting for problems to develop, then seeking treatments to suppress symptoms rather than address underlying causes. You become a passive victim of random health events rather than an active participant in creating and maintaining optimal function. The truth, Dr. Naumov argues, is that your body operates according to principles far more predictable and controllable than random body theory suggests. Your body does not randomly develop arthritis, diabetes, heart disease, or cancer. These conditions develop when specific geometric relationships in your body become distorted over time, creating patterns of dysfunction that eventually manifest as diagnosable disease. The distortions begin long before symptoms appear and progress through predictable stages that can be identified and corrected if you know what to look for. This shift from random thinking to geometric thinking, he says, changes everything about how you approach your health, because it gives you back the power that random body theory takes away from you. Every cell in your body, Dr. Naumov explains, expresses the same mathematical relationships that govern the most efficient and beautiful forms in nature. The golden ratio, the same proportion that appears in flower petals, seashells, and galaxy spirals, also governs the proportions of your cellular structures, determining how efficiently your cells can generate and maintain the electromagnetic fields that coordinate all biological function. This, he insists, is not coincidental. It represents a fundamental organizing principle that creates optimal function in all living systems. Your cell membranes, he writes, form according to geometric patterns that maximize surface area while minimizing energy expenditure, allowing optimal exchange of nutrients and waste. Even your DNA follows geometric principles in its double helix structure, with the spacing between base pairs and the angle of the spiral conforming to precise mathematical ratios. When your cells maintain proper geometric relationships, they generate strong, coherent electromagnetic fields that communicate clearly with other cells and coordinate the complex activities required for health and healing. When these relationships become distorted, the fields become weak or chaotic, leading to cellular dysfunction and eventual tissue breakdown. These fields, Dr. Naumov writes, are not byproducts of cellular activity. They are the primary mechanism through which your cells communicate and coordinate, carrying information faster than nerve impulses and with greater precision than chemical messengers. When your cells maintain optimal geometric relationships, they generate fields that resonate harmoniously with one another, a state scientists call coherence. This coherent state allows for maximum efficiency in cellular communication, optimal coordination of healing responses, and enhanced resistance to stress and toxins. Your body functions as a unified electromagnetic system rather than a collection of separate parts competing for resources. When cellular geometry becomes distorted through physical stress, chemical toxicity, or electromagnetic interference, those fields become incoherent, leading to communication breakdowns and increased susceptibility to dysfunction. Your body begins to function as a collection of separate systems rather than an integrated whole, producing health problems that seem random, but are actually predictable consequences of lost electromagnetic coherence. The good news, Dr. Naumov explains, is that these geometric patterns can be measured and optimized through specific interventions that restore proper relationships between cellular structures. And when they're corrected, the improvement happens fast, because electromagnetic fields change instantly when geometric relationships are restored. Your cells respond to geometric optimization with increased energy production, improved waste elimination, enhanced nutrient uptake, and accelerated healing. These changes happen at the cellular level, but you feel them as improvements in energy, mood, sleep quality, immune function, and overall vitality. You feel better, he says, because your cells are functioning better. Your mitochondria, the energy-producing structures within your cells, are particularly sensitive to geometric relationships because their function depends on precise spatial arrangements of proteins and enzymes. When mitochondrial geometry is optimized, energy production increases significantly, providing more power for every cellular activity, including healing and regeneration. You are the medicine, Dr. Naumov writes, because your cells contain the geometric intelligence necessary to create and maintain optimal health when their structural relationships are properly supported. End quote. Dr. Naumov. Your body's development, Dr. Naumov writes, from a single fertilized cell to a complete human being, follows precise geometric patterns that demonstrate the incredible intelligence operating through biological systems. This process is not random. It unfolds according to mathematical principles that ensure optimal structure and function in the mature organism. The first cell divisions after conception, he explains, follow geometric patterns that maximize the surface area available for nutrient exchange, while maintaining optimal communication between developing cells. Each division occurs at precisely the right time and in exactly the right orientation. Your spine, he writes, develops according to specific geometric principles that ensure optimal protection for your nervous system while providing maximum flexibility and strength. The curves of your spine are not arbitrary. They follow mathematical relationships that distribute mechanical stress evenly, while maintaining optimal spacing for nerve roots and blood vessels. The proportions of your limbs, the spacing of your organs, and the branching patterns of your blood vessels and nerves all conform to geometric principles that optimize function while minimizing energy expenditure. Your heart develops with chambers sized according to precise ratios. Your lungs develop with branching patterns that maximize gas exchange. Your brain develops with geometric relationships that optimize information processing and storage. These developmental processes occur without conscious control or external guidance, Dr. Naumov points out, demonstrating the incredible intelligence that operates through your body's geometric organizing principles. And that same intelligence, he emphasizes, continues to operate throughout your lifetime, constantly working to maintain the relationships established during development and to restore them when they become distorted through stress, injury, or interference. Your nervous system, he explains, develops according to geometric principles that ensure optimal communication between your brain and every part of your body. The spacing between your vertebrae, the angles at which nerves exit your spine, and the pathways nerves follow to reach their target tissues all conform to mathematical relationships that optimize signal transmission while minimizing interference. Relationships that must be maintained throughout your lifetime for optimal function. You are the medicine, Dr. Naumov writes, because you carry within your body the same geometric intelligence that created you, and this intelligence is always working to optimize your structure and function when interference is removed and proper support is provided. End quote. Dr. Naumov. The relationship between structure and function in your body, Dr. Naumov writes, is absolute, unchangeable. When your body maintains optimal structural relationships, every system functions at its highest capacity, with minimum energy expenditure and maximum coordination. When structural relationships become compromised, function inevitably deteriorates. Your spine, he explains, plays a particularly crucial role in this relationship because it houses and protects your nervous system while providing the structural framework that supports every other system. When your spine maintains optimal alignment and movement, your nervous system transmits information clearly and efficiently, coordinating the activities of every organ system and enabling optimal healing responses. When spinal alignment becomes compromised, that communication becomes distorted, leading to coordination problems between systems and reduced capacity for healing and adaptation. Your body begins to function below its optimal level, and symptoms develop as your systems struggle to accomplish their tasks with compromised communication. The effects of structural compromise, Dr. Naumov writes, extend far beyond the area where the problem exists, because your body functions as an integrated system, where problems in one area create compensations throughout the entire system. A misalignment in your neck, for example, can affect your breathing, your digestion, and your sleep quality, because the nerves controlling those functions originate in your neck. This interconnectedness, he says, means that addressing structural problems can produce improvements in function that seem entirely unrelated to the area being treated. Correcting spinal misalignments can improve digestion, restore sleep patterns, enhance immune function, and increase energy, because these improvements result from restored nervous system communication, not direct treatment of the affected organs. This, Dr. Naumov argues, is why treatments that focus only on symptoms, without addressing the underlying structural cause, provide only temporary relief and often lead to recurring health issues. Medications can suppress symptoms, but they cannot correct the structural problems that cause them. Surgery can remove damaged tissue, but it cannot restore the structural relationships that caused the damage in the first place. Effective treatment, he insists, must address the structural causes of functional problems, not just suppress the symptoms that result from them. When structural relationships are corrected, function improves automatically because your body's systems can operate with restored communication and coordination. Understanding the structure-function relationship, Dr. Naumov writes, gives you tremendous power over your health because it reveals that most functional problems have structural causes that can be identified and corrected. Rather than accepting declining function as an inevitable consequence of aging, you can take specific steps to optimize your body's structural relationships at any age. You are the medicine, he writes, because your body contains the structural intelligence necessary to create and maintain optimal function when geometric relationships are properly supported and structural interferences are removed. End quote. Dr. Naumov. Dr. Naumov closes this chapter with a recap and a challenge. Your body, he reminds you, operates according to sacred geometric principles that govern everything from cellular organization to complete organ system coordination. These are not abstract concepts. They are practical realities that directly determine your capacity for health, healing, and optimal function throughout your lifetime. The medical system's random body theory has taught you to fear your own biological processes, to believe that health problems strike randomly, regardless of what you do to support your body. This theory, he says, is not just wrong. It is actively harmful because it prevents you from recognizing the predictable relationship between structure and function that governs your body's operation. Your cells express the same geometric relationships found throughout nature's most efficient designs. Your development from conception to birth followed precise geometric patterns that created the template your body still uses today. And the absolute relationship between structure and function means that optimizing your body's geometric relationships automatically improves function at every level of organization. Dr. Naumov then offers practical action steps you can begin today. First, postural awareness. Stand with your back against a wall, ensuring your head, shoulders, and buttocks touch the wall while maintaining the natural curves of your spine. Hold this position for 2 minutes, 3 times daily, paying attention to how this alignment feels and training your nervous system to recognize optimal spinal positioning. Second, spinal mobility. Each morning, gently move your spine through its full range of motion. Begin with slow neck rotations, progress to shoulder rolls, continue with gentle spinal twisting, and finish with pelvic tilts that restore optimal curves to your lower spine. Spend 5 minutes on this, paying attention to any areas that feel restricted. Third, geometric breathing. Place one hand on your chest and one on your abdomen. Breathe in for 4 counts, hold for 4 counts, and exhale for 4 counts, expanding your rib cage symmetrically while maintaining optimal spinal alignment throughout the cycle. Fourth, assess your daily activities for geometric stress patterns. Identify repetitive postures or movements that create asymmetries in your spinal alignment, and develop strategies to modify them. And fifth, create environmental supports. Adjust your workstation to promote proper spinal alignment, choose seating that supports your natural spinal curves, and organize your living space to minimize prolonged poor posture. Monitor your body's response, Dr. Naumov advises. Pay attention to changes in energy, sleep quality, mood, and physical comfort, because your body will give you immediate feedback about whether these changes are supporting or compromising optimal function. Remember, he writes, that you are the medicine, and your body's geometric intelligence is constantly working to optimize structure and function whenever you provide the proper conditions and remove the interferences that prevent it from fully expressing itself. That's episode 2 of You Are the Medicine. If this chapter changed the way you see your own body, do 3 things right now. Hit like, drop a comment, and tell us which action step you're going to try first, and share this with someone who needs to hear it. Subscribe to the channel and turn on that notification bell, because episode 3 is coming and we're going even deeper into the intelligence living inside you. Until then, remember who you are. You are not random. You are not broken. You are the medicine. We'll see you in the next episode.